Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXGamerCast. We're on episode 103 of my gaming show, where once a week I just have to talk about video games, rather they're old games that I grew up with, wink wink, or they're new games that I'm playing today. It doesn't matter. Video games. And today, I'm very excited to talk about one of my all-time favorite classics from the Nintendo 64, and this is one of the ones that aged gracefully. I still think this game is awesome, and if you haven't read the title yet, it's Mario Kart 64, because everything had 64 on the end of their games on the Nintendo 64. Kind of makes sense, but whatever. I preferred Super everything on the Super Nintendo, but hey, let me know what you think about that. But before we get into the Mario Kart 64 talk, let's talk about what I've been up to over the last week or so. As I always encourage you, the viewer, the listener, let me know what you've been up to over the last whatever amount of time. Doesn't matter. What games are you playing right now? Old, new, doesn't matter. Have you seen any movies lately? Everyone's talking about the Wolverine and Deadpool. Like, so many people talked about it at work this week. No one spoiled it, being very polite about it. I told them, I was like, hey, I'm not going to see the movie. I'm not going out to the theater. Like, I'll watch it when it comes out on Disney or whatever the heck. So go ahead, talk about it if you want to. I won't remember it, but heard nothing but great things. People took their kids. Everyone was going to see it. So, hey, if you saw it, let me know what you thought of Deadpool versus Wolverine. In terms of rankings, I've heard people say everything. Oh, 1's still the best, 3's the best, 3's the worst, 1's the worst, 2's the best. For me, I've only seen 1 and 2, and I like 1 more than 2, but I'm excited to watch 3. But honestly, I want to rewatch, maybe Logan, and I got a good taste of Deadpool 1 and 2 over the last week at work because they were playing it, so I watched a little bit during breaks and whatnot. Anyway, if you've seen movies, let me know. Same goes with TV shows. What are you watching? Are you watching The Bear? Let's just dive into it. I'm watching The Bear, and oh baby, this show, I love this show. Season 3, so tasty. Some shit has, opened up. Interesting stuff happening. Drama, of course. Acting superb. Just the same stuff that I say all the time about The Bear. It is just such an awesome show. The acting's so good. I'm just gonna keep saying that over and over again. So if you haven't watched The Bear yet, bro, get on that. It is such a great show. So been watching that. I'm almost done. I got 2 or 3 episodes left. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to spoil anything, but I got left on a massive cliffhanger at someone doing a little grocery shopping, and what's up? Something happened. So that's where I'm at right now. Oh baby. And my wife and I are still watching The Boys Season 4. We're enjoying it. It's not the best season of The Boys. I don't think it's, by no means is it bad. It's very much so The Boys. Lots of violence. Funny. Very funny. I find every season's pretty damn funny, but I'm giggling a lot. I love The Boys. It's a really, really funny show, and violent, and super mature. I just love the theme of the show, the superheroes are kind of the bad guys, and hell yeah. So if you're watching The Boys, people probably already watched it. I waited for the season to be complete, and with that one as well, I think we're only a couple episodes away from completing that. So yeah, been watching The Boys and The Bear. Alright, let's talk about video games, because as always, still no movies on the docket, but I definitely have scouted out some movies that I'm looking to hopefully watch. I've tracked down a couple of movies that are 90-ish minutes, and I'm like, alright. So I just want something nothing too crazy, too big. One's a classic, and one is a really weird movie that came out 3 years ago starring Nicolas Cage. So that's all I'm going to say. That's 2 movies I'm scouting. Maybe I'll talk about those next week if I get to watch them, but no time for movies because I've been playing video games, sucker. Let's talk about a game that I decided to play because it was leaving Game Pass literally the next day. So I was like, oh shit. It was on my to-play list, and I was like, I better get on it. So that game was Venba. Whole buddy. So this is an indie game, and what a delightful experience Venba was. Sadly, it is now not on Game Pass, But regardless, I still highly recommend this game. It only took me one sitting, beat it in about under 2 hours. It was like an under 2 hour thing, and just a very, man, the story to it really, like, I can't say it hit home to me, but it's around Indian culture, like India, there you go. So it's around that, and it's a family, like a husband and wife. They decide to move to Vancouver, Canada. So I'm like, oh, Canada, what's up? So they move there, and they're making decisions like, okay, we're gonna have a child. Should we, like, bring them to Canada and give them a better life, give them better opportunities here? And, like, my wife and I were friends with an Indian couple with that are same boat. They came over, not to Vancouver, but to Ontario, and they're the same thing. Like, should we move, like, leave where we're comfortable to make it more comfortable for them? And it was a really heart-touching story. I was just very engaged with the story, because I was like, oh my goodness, like, this is so relevant to people that I know. So, very connected to the story. It's super short, like I said, under 2 hours. And it's literally like their quick life story. They have the kid, and the kid grows up, and they're dealing with that, ideas like, did we mess up bringing our child here? Like, they're struggling in this environment because we're struggling in this environment. And, there's a bit of tension, but everything is revolving around cooking. So I know there's actually, that's cooking. The game is about cooking, and you're making these recipes from Indian culture, and this delicious food that we've had dinner with them, and their food is delicious. I love Indian food. It's yum yum. It's actually, this game made me super craving to make Indian food myself. So anyway, you're cooking these dishes that are like reminiscent of memories from like your parents, and it's just, oh, what a wholesome, delightful little game right there. And I don't know what the price is on it, but it's not going to be very expensive. And if you can find it on sale, like, absolutely check it out. If you're looking for something super short, this is just a one sitting. Yeah, so, pay the right price, because it is like there's maybe a couple of things you can, like, there's like a couple of achievements that I guess I might have missed, so there's a minor amount of replayability, but not much. So like 3 hours tops you're getting out of Vemba, but experience the story. It's super, like, relevant. It should really open up people's eyes to, like, how they're feeling. People moving to Canada or USA from India, and how tough that is on them, and coming into an environment that they're not always welcomed into, and they're just trying to have a better lives for themselves and their family, and it's a struggle. So hopefully this game can open up some of those eyes. Like, I live in an area in Canada where there's tons of Indian people that have come from India, or have just been generations of Canadians. They've just been here, and that's cool with me, man. Like, I really, really like them. They're really funny. I've grown close to, like, I'm not going to say I go to their houses all the time, but I used to when I worked at the pizza shop, next door was a convenience store, and we were pretty tight because we would see the owners of that store all the time. They're super funny, super nice, and yeah, I've always had a great rapport, or just, yeah, I love them. They're fantastic, and this game is super delightful, and if you haven't, like, it'll also open you up to their food. Their food is amazing. Super. Don't get scared of it because you think it's all spicy. Oh, I can't do it's not all spicy. It's just super flavorful and delicious. Fucking, yeah, I pretty much solidified it. I'm going to be eating some Indian food super soon. But, dude, Vemba, I was very into it. Like, one point my wife came down and she was like, I'm going out. And, like, I just said, huh? And then I was just so engrossed. I was just like, I love this. Fantastic. So yeah, there's my little Vemba review. I would hit it with an easy 8 out of 10. Like, no doubt for what that was. What a lovely experience. My wife and I finished moving out to. We beat the main objective and story or whatever. There's still tons of extra stuff to do, extra objectives, extra stars to collect, extra characters, yada, yada, yada. So I recommended this to, like, yo, if you got a couple of kids that are just bouncing off the walls or something, give them Moving Out, and that should keep them Moving Out 2 specifically, because there's a lot more to do in that game. Hey, you might keep them quiet for a few hours, or you can have a delightful weekend with your significant other or a friend playing Moving Out or Moving Out 2. Both really good, fun-ass couch co-op games. I sat beside my wife the whole time and we played it together, old school ways, just like you can Mario Kart 64, which would have been a great transition, but I'm not done talking about video games. So, Moving Out 2, anyway, was a really good time. 7.5 out of 10, no problem. Where'd we play that? That one was on Xbox. It's on Game Pass. So, Moving Out 2, Game Pass. Moving Out 1 was on the PlayStation Extra Plus Mega Pass thing, whatever. I just don't know anymore. There's too many subscriptions. I'm over it. But one more game to talk about. My delight right now, my love, the one that I just can't pull myself away from. Like, one more mission, Metal Gear Solid 5. Oh, yeah. So I'm really hoping, the way that it's tracking, and according to how long to beat says, I should be able to get this game done. I will push, hopefully, for the episode for next week. If not, the week after that, no problem. Metal Gear Solid 5. Cannot wait to talk about this game. It is so much fun, and I'm so disappointed in my whatever 2016 self when I just played it and was just, I doubt I got bored with it, but something else took my attention. I should smack myself, because or whatever. Now I'm having that experience in 2024, and it's awesome. So yeah, that episode is imminent. Metal Gear Solid 5 is going to be a fantastic time, just like Mario Kart 64. There we go. We got a decent transition after I've just messed it all up. Oh, jeez. All right, Mario Kart 64. Let's talk about this all-time classic, untouchable. Love this game. Let's do it. Mario Kart 64. Oh, baby, what a game Mario Kart 64 is. If you don't know what Mario Kart 64 is, or just Mario Kart in general, you might not be okay. Are you alright? You gotta know what Mario Kart is, right? It's a kart racing game, like the kart racing game for pretty much everybody. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or whatever has sold a jillion copies. Everyone's played Mario Kart 8. Everyone's played Mario Kart at some point in their lives, right? I most certainly have. But I haven't played Super Mario Kart before. Really no reason other than I know it just hasn't aged the best and it was really difficult and stuff like that. And at that point, I've already played so many of the other Mario Karts. But at some point, yes, I should do my due diligence and play Super Mario Kart just to see where the humble beginnings began with Mario Kart, the franchise, arguably one of the biggest, if not the biggest one in the Mario franchise. It definitely sells a buttload of copies, and if they released more of them, it'd probably be like the best-selling franchise in all of gaming, arguably, more than likely. Anyway, it's Mario Kart, dang it. You're racing the little karts with the characters from the Mario Kart series and stuff. So, what are we doing with this episode? Well, I'm going to talk about the tracks. I'm going to rank the tracks in a grading system this time. Let's just try that one out. I'm going to talk about the characters. Why not? We'll rank those sumbitches too, maybe. I don't know if I will. We might just talk about them. Obviously, going to be talking memories of this game, the tracks, the items. We got to talk about the items. Oh, baby. So, this is going to be a fun little episode. So, let's just start out. This game came out, well, in Japan it came out in 96, but it came out in 1997 for most of us, some of us. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I didn't play it in 1997, more than likely when it first came out, but I played this game a bunch as a kid with my uncles. Numerous of my uncles had Mario Kart 64 because it was friggin' awesome, of course, and everyone had it, and it was such a fantastic game for N64 because of the 4 controllers, and that was like prime time of just, hey, I just had a bunch of cousins over, and it was me and their friends, and just, yeah, we always had a ton of people to play. We were fighting over controllers. There's too many of us. We could have gone with 8 controllers, but obviously the Nintendo couldn't handle that, and that was a thing with when you were playing with 4 people, it was only you 4. You didn't have any computer players because, limitations for the N64. It is what it is. It is what it do, but my goodness, how so many memories hanging out in the basement, I was generally always in last place and stuff like that. Well, geez, maybe I was playing it in 1997 because I was like maybe 5 or 6 or something like that, my earliest memories of playing it. And Mario Kart I would play because it was simple enough for a very young child to play. Mario Party was a little bit intimidating for me. I know, it's a little bit laughable, but it looked the mini games. I was like, nah, I don't like that. Anyway, I would just watch. Definitely, when you're younger, you tend to just watch games a little bit more because you're learning. But anyway, Mario Kart I would definitely play and not do very well in, but man, it's hella fun. Such a simple game to get into, and boy, you can get so good at this game. Like, there might be Mario Kart 64 online with the Switch now. I haven't checked it out, if anything. It might be, but that would be sick. But, dude, I've played, like, Mario Kart Wii and Switch online a few times, and, dude, people are just on a different planet when it comes to skills. So that's kind of the basics for most kart racers, is that they're super easy to get into, but kind of difficult to master. There's, like, a lot going on, a lot of little mechanics with Mario Kart. The drifting, being able to time your acceleration on the startup, like, what is that, 1, 2, like, I don't even remember any, bro, it's been so long since I played Mario Kart 64, but holy crap. I'm gonna kind of spread around memories and stuff, but another huge moment I had with Mario Kart 64 is when, like, I was more of in my teenage years, when I had a job and I was recollecting games and all that. I got super into Mario Kart 64 again. I rebought it, and if you can see it in the picture, that's like my current copy of Mario Kart 64. It's butt ugly. Oh, it's just hideous, but it's a must-have. So and I could more than likely easily recoup it and get a nicer copy, but not for the price that I got that one for. So anyway, it's a butt ugly copy, and it makes me sad, but oh man, I got so into this game, and at the same time me and the band Queen, Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, all that, that's one of my all-times, okay? And this is when I started discovering, like, beyond Bohemian Rhapsody, beyond We Will Rock You, and I was discovering their other songs, and dude, when I think of Mario Kart 64, I immediately go to Queen's Bicycle Race, because I would sit there with my Queen Greatest Hits or whatever CD, or with my Walkman or whatever the heck. Maybe I had an iPod at the time, but I would sit there and just listen to Queen over and over again, and I was so hooked to Bicycle Race. I loved that song so much. Bicycle, and you're racing, and I was Mario Kart, and I'm like, this is my Mario Kart song. So, if I didn't want to get sued or something, I'd put the song somewhere in here, but hey, I sang a little bit for you, so that's just, God, that memory is there for me. And I guess, fuck it, I'll just talk about this memory now, because it's music related as well. The homie Billy, obviously, he's my Nintendo homie. He's a master of Mario Kart 64. We'll talk about him more later, but for some reason, I played Mario Kart with Billy a whole bunch of times, but he had, like, his other cousin and their friends, we played a few times, and every time I played with them, we were putting on Aqua, and, not complaining. Barbie Girl, all time. Like, that was their, like, song. Every time, gotta play Aqua. I'm like, I'm not complaining, this is awesome. But yeah, Billy is probably the best Mario Kart 64 player. If I ever talk about Mario Kart Wii, then there might be an issue right there, because I'm better at Mario Kart Wii. Regardless, Aqua and Queen, that's just when I think of Mario Kart 64, it's just two songs that come to mind. It is what it do. So those are some weird, odd, random memories. Let's get into some of the meat and potatoes, because, it's a kart racing game. There's only so many game modes in it, so obviously we have the Grand Prix, and the Grand Prix, baby, that's where I started getting, like, really addicted, like unlocking all the CCs, doing everything, getting first place, and I just got super addicted to doing that. So you have the 50cc, 150cc, and 100. I don't know why I skipped that, but you have 3 speeds, and obviously 50 is slow as fuck, highly unrecommended, but if you're the first timer, you got it, you're gonna start there, so it's painfully slow, especially if you're like a seasoned player of Mario Kart, then it's like, ugh, you gotta be at least 100cc. 150, I can be like, okay, maybe we're trying a little too hard, some people can't handle that, that's, I like 100s probably, but 150cc, it gets crazy. And then you get the reverse or something, whatever. You get the reverse. Mirror mode, there you go, mirror mode. And it just flips everything freaking left to right. It actually could throw you off. Like, if you're very comfortable with the tracks, mirror mode can actually be a huge challenge, definitely. There are some levels that really mess me up, because I'm like, oh, fuck. Now I'm turning right instead of left. It'd be I guess, similar to going to the UK for me. Driving on the right side would just mess me up for a minute. I would be an absolute disaster. But with freaking Grand Prix, man, holy shit. Basic in concept, you pick 8 Prix or Grand Prix that you can choose from. Each one has 4 races in it, and your goal is to have the most points at the end of the series to win the cup. So you can get bronze, silver, and gold. Obviously you want gold, but you can get as far as I can remember, definitely, but yeah, your goal, you want to get the most, and you get, I think it's 15 points for first place, and then obviously it goes lower and lower, but your goal is to get the most freaking points. Really simple, you do all of them, and then I think you start with the first 4, and then if you get through those, you unlock the next 4. I couldn't even remember, it's always, every copy that I've had, it's always just all been unlocked, generally, but yeah. The other game modes, they have time trial. I mean, yeah, I got addicted to that too, man. I definitely got in there and was trying to beat the ghost, and that's a great way to learn the little tricks to some of the levels we'll talk about when I get to the rankings of the levels and stuff in the races. But time trial, it's simple. You're racing the ghost, and that's all there really is to it. Versus, that's just you can do Grand Prix. I'm pretty sure you can do Grand Prix with a friend or 2, but the versus, that's up to 1, 2, 3, and 4 players. Well, not 1 player, obviously. 2 or more players, and then battle mode, bro. Oh, battle mode's super awesome. I loved battle mode. I'll also be ranking those levels as well, but geez, so many freaking ridiculous battles in battle mode, hence the name. And I guess I'll just toss out the memory. This game, Mario Kart 64, was a huge player in the legendary game days that I used to throw in high school, where whenever there was a PA day, I hope people know what PA days are. Are they still doing that at ski? They better be. Regardless, every time there's a PA day, 9 out of 10 times we're all hooking up at my house and we're playing Rock Band, we're playing Mario Kart, we're playing Mario Party, something like that. And Mario Kart 64, bro, there were some times the homie Jesse and his freaking Bowser, Kyle was there. I even have a Let's Play of it, an old Let's Play of myself and Billy playing through the whole entire game. Just, 2 bros hanging out back in the day, probably annoying as fuck. Probably highly don't recommend you go check that out. It's old and it's just probably not entertaining at all, but yeah, we played the shit out of this, recorded it, and so many times, bro. The battle mode is so much fun, and that's the game mode where you all have you start with 3 balloons, and there's different levels, and you're just in a freaking arena, and you're going around picking up weapons and the items. What the heck do you call them? I guess they're items, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm just going to call them, items/weapons. It doesn't really matter. You're going around, picking up that shit, and you're just trying to eliminate everybody's balloons. And it's chaotic, man. It can get super intense. And when you lose all your balloons, you turn into a bomb. And then you're just going around trying to fuck up somebody. You can get revenge. You can I don't know, gang up on whoever's winning and take them out. So many good times. I loved battle mode. All right, let's get into the first. I don't know if I can rank the drivers necessarily. I've used them all, but they're all kind of similar. But fuck, I don't think we'll rank them, but I'll definitely tell you which ones I used the most. So we'll start with the classic. It's Mario. That's the homie Billy's character in every Mario game. He's always Billy. Yeah, he's always Billy. No, he's always Mario. So Mario, he's your typical guy. There's 3 classes to Mario Kart. There's medium, light, and heavy. So Mario falls into, there it is, to the medium category. Then you got Luigi, virtually the exact same thing. He's a little bit lighter, but he's still in the medium class. You got Peach. She's okay. She's in the light class. You got Toad. He's in the light class as well. I liked Toad. Toad was solid, but his freaking voice, man. Fucking Toad's voice. Dude drives me freaking nuts sometimes. But yeah, most of the time I would just have the sound down and be listening to music. But Toad was one of my preferred lights, but I know people don't like it, but Yoshi was my homie. Yoshi was my guy. I would generally probably be a Mario guy, but since the homie Billy always picked him, I had to find someone else to get comfortable with, and I just love Yoshi. And I know not everyone likes Yoshi. I love Yoshi. He's so freaking cute, and and different colors and stuff, but he's green here, and I love Yoshi. He's light. He can get pushed around, but with the lighter class, you get a little bit better speed and a little bit better turning speed, I guess. And then you get the big boys. Oh boy, this is where the homie Jesse lived. He loved the big guys because they could freaking bump people around and just be annoying. And Donkey Kong was solid, so I don't think he would use Donkey Kong that much. He was okay. And when it comes to like the AI, let's just take a little detour here with the AI. The AI is insane. You may have heard the term rubber band AI before. It's a popular term, especially in racing games, where, it's just trying to keep it competitive. So if you get freaking super far ahead, the AI will speed up behind you to catch up and to, make the race competitive, which, maybe isn't the greatest way to do it. Sometimes it could be really silly. Sometimes it doesn't always work, like, especially when I would be playing with Billy, just me and him playing it, he would be fucking, like, a lap ahead, and then it's me and the rest of us just, oh god, and they're flying by me because they're trying to rubber band up to him, so I'm just getting slaughtered back there, and I'm like, fuck, bro, can you just be normal? Can you be normal? And just race normal with me? So I'm struggling back there with the AI. Sometimes it can fuck you up, but I understand it in concept, because some racing games, when they don't have that, you're like, just constantly, like, oh, I'm 5 laps ahead of people. But, that's not necessarily a problem with games now, like Forza, for example. Their difficulty, like, tuning is insane. It's so crazy. You can just tune it to, like, such a degree to just be perfect for what you need. Like, just the right amount of competitiveness that I'm not fucking lapping dudes and there's just no fun to it, and it's not so hard that they're fucking running me off the road. So, yeah, they're not really doing that. I'm not seeing, like, pit maneuvers from Donkey Kong, but they will bump you. They will absolutely bump into you. They will target you with weapons, absolutely. It always seems that way. But there's always, like, when you're doing a Grand Prix, there's always 1 or 2 of the AIs that are just assholes. And it feels like Donkey Kong and Peach are, like, the king and queen of that fucking position. It always seems to be them. Sometimes Bowser, but then you got Bowser. Bowser was Jesse's. That's Jesse's man right there. Bowser was good. Like, he's probably your best big guy, I would say. He's just massive. He's super heavy. He can bump you around better. I don't know if anyone can out-bump him, because he is, like, the heaviest of heavy. So he's pretty damn good. He is obviously going to be slower and a little bit harder to handle, but if you can get good with Bowser, Jesse was a fucking issue. Like, that's what he did, man. You trolling us, Jetty? Always with the Bowsers and freaking, But Wario, dude, ridiculous. Wow, like, dude's insane. He was a lot of fun to just use in general because he's so funny sounding. And purple and yellow, love that combination. Wario, super underrated as a character and his games, and I will play one of his games, his actual games, soon. I need to do that, hence the underratedness. But those are all the characters. You have 2, 4, 6, 8 characters. That's all they had. I think there's a Kamek or something was in the original build, but didn't make it. There's probably other characters that didn't make it. Same thing probably with that happened with Smash Bros. Just you ran out of time, you wanted some more, but it's like, oh, they get scrapped, and they didn't have DLC yet back then, so they couldn't just add them in later. But you got 8 standard characters. I know it's kind of laughable now. Like, they have so many freaking characters in Mario Kart 8. It's kind of crazy, but it works. It's fine. It's doable. That's enough. There's a good enough variety there. They could use one more medium. Maybe that's what Kamek was going to be, that one more medium to kind of even it out with the lights and the heavies. But yeah, those are your characters. My favorite, like I said, was Yoshi. And I did like Toad a little bit, but it was annoying. And I did, for my heavy, I liked Wario because, again, I try to use people's opposite character. Like, if I'd like to use Bowser, but that's Jesse's character. And I have no idea what Kyle was using. Maybe Wario. I don't know, Kyle. I don't remember what you were rocking, my boy, but it is what it do. Yoshi was mine. Who was yours? What's your favorite character to use in Mario Kart 64? What would you prefer? Were you a medium rider, light, heavy? Did you like to bump people around, be that person? Be a bully? You a bully? Huh? Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. You're good. It's all good. Okay, so now I think it's time. Let's talk tracks. Let's go tracks. Track ranking time. We're going grades, similar to, but we're going Capcom ratings. So S rank is the highest of ranks. When I give it the S rankaru, that is the highest ranking. I love that level then. And we'll go down to an F. No minuses. I don't think we're going to go to that level. Let's just stick with simple F, D, C, B, A, all right, let's dive into the Mushroom Cup, baby. We're starting with an all-time classic. Come on now. It's Luigi Raceway. Long straightaways and easy corners. The perfect course for beginners to practice their sliding, aka drifting. And yeah, man, this is almost as classic as the old Daytona level that I used to play in Daytona on the Sega Saturn. There's an episode on that you can listen to not far back, so go back there and listen to it if you haven't just yet. But it's a simple ass level, but it's super iconic. And I'm not really taking, well, maybe I will take iconicness into account, which is why I will give Luigi Raceway a solid B. It's simple, it's good, it's no problem with it. It's the one you're more than likely going to end up playing the most, and all time. I love Luigi Raceway. Oh my goodness, Moo Moo Farms. So Moo Moo Farms, we have tons of history with Moo Moo Farms. So Moo Moo Farm, in the Let's Play that I talked about on my YouTube channel, GamerGX Videos, you can check it out. The links are in the description. Moo Moo Farms was one of the classic moments of that Let's Play where I actually defeated Billy in that race, and it's so iconic. I still remember it because I planted a fucking mystery box perfectly. He went into it, he flipped out, I went zing by him, and that was fucking awesome. So taking that into account, but there is a lot of annoyances to Moo Moo Farm. The fucking moles that are popping out, those things suck, but man, do they ever cause, like, they can make some moments, bro. Like, they can really fuck someone up that's in first place, and that can be your in to steal races, and that's one of the great moments of Mario Kart, is it not? When you can literally go from 8th place, and in 15-20 seconds you can turn the whole race around and vroom, you fucking first place. And Moo Moo Farms, I feel like that happens a lot because of the gerbils and the moles, and there's also cows. The cows start coming across the pathway. It is one of the tougher tracks to drive. It's a little bit more enjoyable to drive, especially when you're doing it like alone. Definitely super fun when you're playing it with friends. I'll hit it with a C. It's solid. It's definitely, like, it would be a B if it was like multiplayer only, but it's not my favorite track to drive when I'm by myself. It's kind of a fucking annoying because I'm looking to get gold here, bro. I need first place, and sometimes those moles pop out at the wrong time, and that's fucked up. Then we get Koopa Troopa Beach. This is a lovely level, obviously on the beach with the freaking sand and the blue water and the tropical trees and the little crabs going, I'm gonna get ya. Oh, I'm coming to get ya. And this one's also a classic for the shortcut. That, of course, Billy is iconic for shortcuts. He knows even the glitch shortcuts. He can freaking do those too, and we'll talk about it when I get there. But this one, fairly easy to notice. Freaking, secret. I'm terrible at them. I'm like maybe rocking a 15% success rate on this one particularly. I'm so bad at aiming it. But there's just a ramp, and if you have a mushroom, which, okay, well, we're definitely talking items in a moment, but a mushroom, that's your booster. Come on now. But if you have a mushroom and you can time it right over the ramp, you go into the cave and you go through onto the other side, and that is pretty dope. And it's a fun level. It's you're driving on the sand, which makes it a little bit not as awesome to drive. It's not as, clean to drive on, but it's nice and windy. It's got the water's moving in and out, the tide is moving, so there's opportunities for you to cut across the beach if you time the water, which is a pretty cool mechanic. It's not really high risk, but there's a risk reward system to this level as well, especially with the secret path. This is a super iconic level, and really like this one. I think I'm gonna go, should I hit it with an A rank or a B? I'm kind of, the crabs can be a little bit annoying. You could drown in the water, which isn't always awesome. I'm going to go with a good B. It's a good-ass freaking track right here. I would play that, no problem. And then the final one in the Mushroom Cup, we get the Calamari Desert. Super iconic level with the train. Are you going to make it, or are you going to get whacked by that train? And it's generally good for making it across the train, but you got to cross the tracks, and hopefully you make it before the train. And if the train hits you, you get all messed up. If you don't make it, and then you got to freaking sit there and wait, and that's just a disaster. So you don't want to get messed up by the train. But this is a pretty neat level too. There's good opportunities for like mushroom cuts, where you can, if you have a mushroom, you can just kind of fly over a little hunk of the level. Really, especially at the end, right before the finish line, there's like, if you have a triple mushroom, oh my goodness, you can steal races really good in Calamari Desert. Not the greatest looking. It's like, it's N64, so I'm not gonna but it's just like, it's a desert. It's a freaking desert. There's the cactus. It's got brown, but it does have the train. The train's really cool, super iconic. I'll hit that with a B, man. It's a solid ass level. I enjoy it. The freaking train could always cause carnage, especially when you're doing the big Grand Prix or you're playing with 4 players. At least half of you are getting screwed by that train. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen, and that's always fun. Then we move on to the Flower Cup. Oh, we start off with a fun one, an all-timer. You get Toad's Turnpike. So this one, you are driving with, or sometimes against the traffic. I guess it depends on the mirror, but you're driving with the traffic on a highway, and it's really, I love the concept of this level. It's so cool. Definitely, probably one of the more impressive levels for the time, because you got a bunch of cars on this raceway, and yeah, you got to dodge them. If you touch them, they're gonna get all messed up, and some of them have like little item boxes on the end, so you can touch it just right, and you're trying to bob and weave through the traffic while handling competitors behind you, throwing items at you and all that shit. I love this level. It's super awesome. Ooh, are we at the S. Arankuru? It's super fun, and it's fairly simple. I'm gonna go with a good... Ooh, I really like this level, man. I'm going Rankaru, Toad's Turnpike. Fuck yeah. I know people don't like it but you suck then. You suck. You're just not good at the level. You don't like it. Then we get the Frappe Snowland. This one. So you get the snowmen. The snowmen are super annoying, and it's an ice level. So there are patches of ice that are hard to deal with, and I think there might be penguins as well sliding around at some point or standing, but there's definitely snowmen. Not one of my favorite levels, I will say. I hit it with a solid C. It's, the falling snow, I like the setting of it. It's pretty nice. It's just not, I've never been a big fan of ice. It sucks to drive on. I'm Canadian, and I hate the winter, so I don't like snow levels. And this one just kind of slips through the cracks a little bit, honestly. I'll hit it with a solid. C does not mean it's bad. Solid, C is a good solid. Nothing wrong with solid. We get to Choco Mountain. This one, I hope it's actually made out of chocolate. I can't confirm that for you right now. But this is a good little level, too. It definitely reminds me of like a BMX or Excite Bike 64 type of level. It's kind of got the hills that you're looking to jump properly, so you can kind of land them nice, and you can get fucked up by that. And obviously, you're on a mountain, and there's big chocolate frickin' boulders jumping down to squash your ass, which is unpleasant, but obviously it's always nice to have something going on with the level, and the hazards are pretty cool. This one's a good B. I like this level. Nothing wrong with that. Mario Raceway. god damn, this one is immensely iconic. This is definitely the upgrade of Luigi Raceway. I mean, yeah, it's Mario, but I think, honestly, I like Luigi more than Mario. I don't think that's, like, shocking to say. I think most people nowadays kind of like Luigi a little bit more because of the disrespect that has been put on Luigi for so freaking long. But Mario Raceway, regardless, is just fucking so... It's, like, probably the level I think about outside of a couple of other ones. Like, this is like... such a good level. There's great opportunities for cut-throughs with the mushrooms, the fucking tunnel. Sometimes I can get so messed up in that fucking tunnel that I hit the tunnel, or I try to go around the tunnel and get fucked up. The turns are a little bit tricky, so you have some really great cornering spots. The huge jump with the castle, I mean, and this one just feels more alive, right? This is definitely more to a racing style. You got crowd, even though, I mean, it's N64, just be nice. This level rules. I love this level. S rank Aru Mario Raceway. Yeah, there it is. Okay, got it. We move on to the Star Cup, and we get Wario Stadium. This one, I know there is a glitch. I can't remember, something about going through the wall. I think you can just basically cut through the whole entire lap, and you win. So, glitches suck. You could do them when you're by yourself, sure. Do it one time to show off, and then don't do it ever again when you're playing with people, because it just ruins the whole entire race. No joke. So, don't do it. But what you want to do in Wario Stadium is try to get yourself a Thunder, or the Lightning piece, because there is a jump that jumps over another piece of the track, a prior part, and if you time the Thunder, you just fuck up everybody, because they can't make the jump, and they go back down, and it sends them, like, a good third all the way back. So that is just one of the all-times. And this is another one that's even more similar to Excite Bike 64, or just Excite Bike. It's literally looks like a motocross track, and that's essentially what it is. There's a lot of turns, there's a lot of little jumps, there's some really tight turns, so you're getting a lot of drifting. This is a hella fun level, man. It could, like, it's nice, it's in a nice big stadium. Could use, I don't know, maybe some, like, more signs or something throughout the middle, but again, it's the N64, it's got its limitations. This one's damn good, man. A. I'm gonna hit that with a solid A. Wario Stadium. Now we got oh shit, I was messing up freaking Mario Raceway with Royal Raceway. My apologies. Mario Raceway is still it may not be S Rankaru anymore. Fuck it. Still S. I don't care. It's S. I'm not going back. Sherbert Land. All right, we got another ice level. This one's not the worst. This one's a little bit funner to ride. This one has, you have to dodge the sliding penguins, and is there like ice blocks or some shit you gotta dodge too? It's got a pretty neat like ice tunnel you go into, and you gotta kind of some tricky driving in there. You could definitely get fucked up in there if you're trying to get the item boxes and stuff. There's like that kind of tricky inward anyway, this one is, I like this one a lot more than the other one. I'd hit it with a solid B. There's definitely a lot of hazards. You can fall into the ice, water, and that fucks you up. There's that tricky jump everyone takes that risk on, I think, right at the beginning, and you jump over that little bit of ice so that you can make it to the other side, and my goodness, yeah. B for Sherbert Land. We get to Royal Raceway, the one that I just messed up. But this is very similar to the Mario, since that's why I kind of messed them up. But this one has the big jump with the castle. This could be another one that has a lot of really nasty spots that you can fuck people up on. There's certain turns that will send you down the path down into the water that I know I got nailed a handful of times by the homie Billy, because he's just that kind of guy. He knows when to hit. I did it too. I learned them from him, so yeah, I definitely did those tricks as well. And also on the big jump, though it does have the accelerator things, if you hit someone with a thunder on that ramp at the right time, you will fuck them up on that jump. I'm pretty sure you won't make it even without it, but I feel like that's true. But that jump is super intense, and you can have the big bounce if you time your little jumpy thingy right. That's pretty key. This one's super iconic too, but now I'm all messed up. I don't know if I want to give this one Esarengaru. I'll go with an A because I want to. Then we get Bowser's Castle. This one's awesome. Definitely hard at first. It's definitely a tricky one. There's a lot of obstacles. There's the freaking giant thumper blocks that come down, you gotta dodge, and they're coming down. There's a room where they're sliding across, and that room is carnage. There's fire. You got that fucking bridge, just that wooden bridge with zero protection. Where's the health and safety? Health and safety, that bridge, unbelievable. I always friggin' fall off. Into the lava you go, and that fucks you up. I love the tower that you can just drift all the way up. That part is fucking sick. This level rules. The kind of garden area where you go down the stairs and you just drift around the corner. Oh my god. Easily an Esarenkaru on Bowser's Castle. Fucking wicked level. Always one of the best. Always the level you look most forward to when you get a new Mario Kart. You're like, it's going to be the Bowser. It's going to be the Star Road or whatever we're getting there and stuff like that. But Bowser's Castle. Oh my goodness. Love that level. We get DK's Jungle Parkway kicking it off with the Special Cup. Beautiful level. Love this level. You're in the jungle. You got the waterfalls. You got the giant leap over the... What the hell kind of boat is that anyway? I don't even freaking know. Do they make those things anymore? Jumping over the big boat. And yeah, the DK level. I know people don't... I don't feel like people love this level. I know it's really hard on 150 because especially driving through the jungle, it's a little bit tight and you can go off and then you're getting bumped by like, I don't know what the hell they're throwing at you. Coconuts or some shit. Super annoying. But man, it's got the great jump. It's super tricky. That cave though. Oh my god. That cave at the end. Super iconic spot to steal races. Time your mushroom right, you go boom, you fly up the side and you got to get it right in the right position, and you can just fucking fly up 5 spots, no problem. The bridge can be chaotic leading into that cave because if you're surrounded by a bunch of people, it can be a tight squeeze. Thankfully, the Health and Safety Board put up some guardrails for Jungle Parkway. Jungle Parkway, oh man, tough to rank it. I really like it because I've played it so many times and I'm very familiar with it. I'll hit it with an A. I really like this level a lot. Yoshi's Valley. This level is super unique because it doesn't give you a map. All the levels have a map except for Yoshi's Valley. And Yoshi's Valley is really awesome because it has multiple paths. So obviously, initially, when you play it for the first few times, you're like, what the fuck? I'm so confused, but this level's fucking sick. I love the multiple paths you can take. Everyone finds their path. I don't remember. There's like 3 initial paths or whatever, and then 2. And the iconic big fucking Yoshi egg. That area, you get smushed by the egg, and I could generally time that pretty good. At the end, there's yet another fantastic like race stealing spot, and you can just fly through the little like fucking green hill area. I love this level, and it's super. There's some areas that are pretty tight, like you're on the kind of the cliff side, and there's no guardrails, no health and safety board. But Yoshi's Valley, come on now. It's so unique. S rank, Esarenkaru. This is awesome. I love Yoshi's Valley. Oh, I fucking hate this one. Banshee Boardwalk, go to hell. Hate this level. This is F. This is F for me. Easily F for me. I hate this level. Always have hated this level, and I will continue to hate Banshee Boardwalk. Go to hell. This level sucks. I hate there's no health and safety. There's freaking missing guardrails all over the place. The fish jumping over it, pretty key. That's pretty key. Going through the fucking area with the bats is annoying as hell. I suck at dodging them. I always fall off in this level. 150. This level is a fucking nightmare for me. Oh, disaster. I hate Banshee Boardwalk. Go to hell. F. You failed. Rainbow Road. Okay, so this one's iconic. It's super long. It's beautiful. It's I think I already said iconic. It's this. You're out in the fucking abyss somewhere on this track. Who knows where the fuck you are? But on this beautiful Rainbow Road, and you're just driving down there. You're dodging the chain chomps that are fucking just placed around there. You're hitting the pretty tricky driving on this one as well. And, oh fuck, this is a 3-lap race. I'm pretty sure this is, I know there's some Rainbow Road levels that are like one long race. I think I'm thinking of Mario Kart Wii's version of Rainbow Road, but this is super iconic. Admittedly, not my favorite level. It's still a B. A B for me. It's the length can actually hurt it a little bit, but it's most certainly one of the most, if not the most pretty to look at. Super iconic. I love the I think they're shooting off fireworks and shit like that, but you got the little images that are going on back there, kind of like neon looking Marios and the characters that are in the game. Super iconic level. It's awesome. And oh my goodness, I almost forgot to talk about the most iconic glitch in the game is the Rainbow Road skip, where right at the beginning when you go down that huge like roller coaster freaking dive, and if you time the jump, you freaking go flying over the guardrail and you will land on like so if you make the jump you win, if you miss it you lose the race. And the homie Billy is really good at it, really good at it. I think maybe I've hit it once. He was hitting it like virtually every single time. We're like, dog, like the race is over now, like what's the point? But really cool. It's a spectacle to see. It's very intense. You literally don't even see it, and then you just land there and you smash into the guardrail. You got to back it up, and then off you go and you win. That's essentially it. You have won. So you get so far ahead. But Rainbow Road, hell yeah. All right, let's quickly talk about the battle course ones. We'll rank these ones as well because there's only 4 of them, and man, they're all actually pretty fucking awesome. Big Donut, I'll hit that with a B. It's just this giant circle with a couple of fucking little blockades around it, and yeah, you're just going around. This one can be like, I guess it depends who you're playing with and shit. You can it can be a little bit boring. This one's fine. I enjoyed this one. Still good. B. Block Fort, oh baby. I love Block Fort. The 4 colored blocks, it's almost like, especially when you're kids, you're like, oh, I'm defending blue base, like blue is mine, that's my shit, I'm defending up in this area, and you're going up it's like 3 levels or some shit. It's chaotic, and you can do like, you're up top and you see someone down low, you do like a dive attack on them, catch them off guard. Love this one. This is Esorenkaru, fuck it, love that one. Double Dack. Good note. Okay, the only thing I can remember is ripping ass once. Well, I think me and Billy were playing this, so I ripped ass so hot. It was so disgusting that, like, I'm laughing because it's you're fine with your own brand. You can smell your own ass and you're fine, but he was almost a dead man. It was so horrific, and I think I beat him and stuff. Anyway, this one's okay. It's probably a B as well. It's not as, like, the level... Like, it has multiple levels as well, but it's not as awesome as the Block Fort. It's harder to see people in Double Deck. Not my favorite. And then Skyscraper. Skyscraper rules, I think. Okay, no, it's fine. It's not the one. The one that I'm thinking of is from the Wii. There's a similar themed level that I fucking love, but Skyscraper is awesome. A for Skyscraper as well. Oh my goodness, that's all the levels I have ranked, all the friggin' levels. What do you think about that? We definitely need to talk about the items. I absolutely have to touch on the items because a horrific item got introduced here in Mario Kart 64, and that is the blue shell. Everybody loves the blue shell. Am I right? The thing is horrific. So if you don't know what the blue shell is, it's the spiky blue shell that will go straight to the first place racer, and if you are in its way, you're getting taken out as well, and it just automatically hits you with, you can't do anything. Especially in Mario Kart 64, there's literally nothing you can do. It's a 100%. Well, I think there are some, like, odd circumstances in some of the, like, turnier levels, if that makes sense. That it may miss you. Sometimes maybe, but that barely. Rarely that thing is missing. It's fucking horrific, and it's been a point of topic, a topic point every Mario Kart that this freaking shell is in. Everyone's like, get rid of it. I hate it. Nowadays you can counter it, so like it's not the worst. At least now there is a counter. It's trickier. It's tricky to do, and you don't always have it. But yeah, this is where the fucking blue shell got its start. Then you got the mushroom, regular classic mushroom, just a single boost. You go whee, and off you go. You also have the new triple mushroom, which is 3 of them. You can use them at any point, 3 in a row. These things are excellent for the little skips that I talked about in the levels. If you time them right, you can, like, launch over a little valley. You can skip over a whole part. It's awesome. You got the new super mushroom, which is, oh my god, freaking that's where you get the hilarious sound effects, because this one is you can just smash that Z or ZZ button or whatever the fuck, and you just go whoa, 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 and just going fucking crazy. And yeah, you can ruin your race with a super mushroom, or you can completely turn it around with that fucking thing. The fake item is awesome. I really enjoy the fake item because it's such a sneaky thing. I love planting them like right in the field of the item boxes or right around a tricky corner. I really enjoy them. And you always get terrified. I remember we would always get terrified when you see someone up front of you and they got one and they're just holding on to it and they're like trying to line it up with you. You're like, no, fuck off. Get the hell out of here. The banana. The frickin' banana. Classic. Slip on the banana peel. If you hit the brake, you can kind of fight out of it, if I do remember, but fucking the nene. Oh my god. Oh, there is an iconic part for me that I sometimes revisit. There'll be like certain things that are ingrained in my memory, but during that Let's Play, Billy and I were playing it, and he was just like, I was super far behind, and we were looking at the map, and we're like, oh, I wonder if I can catch up. And I think Wario slipped on a banana. And he's like, oh, he slipped on a nene. Go get him. And it killed me. I've never heard someone call a banana a nene before, and I love that, man. Now we got the banana bunch. That's new. That's 3 bananas in a row. You can really just really fuck up an area with bananas, and just, yeah, that's, and it's always great. I love the fact that they, the driver celebrates, even if you don't see it, they go, yeah, or so, if you get someone, so that's always nice. Classic green shell. It doesn't target, but you can aim it, and it's one of the most satisfying things in Mario Kart if you nail someone with a green shell. It could also fuck you up. You can hit a green shell, and it'll start bouncing off the walls. You can hit yourself with a green shell. It can not go well, so so many times, like, Billy would be in first place, and he would launch a green shell behind, and like 30 seconds later, bam, it nails me. And he's like, that was my green shell. I'm like, bruh, like, are you serious? And then you get the triple green shells. That's new as well. Same thing, absolutely chaotic. And they're great shields. They will wrap around you, and they'll just spin, so if you get them and there's people all around you, just smash into them. The red shell's great. It fucking like a 90% success rate. It will lock on to the first person that it catches and just wham. Then you get 3 of them. That's like probably one of the best items that you can pull is a triple red shell. Those are also new. They will also protect you like a barrier. And yeah, if you're in second place, you launch like 1, and if you time it right, you can just like hit them again, and then pass them and bonk them again. Like, oh, you can really fuck a bitch up with the triple red shells. Talked about the blue shell, the superstar, fantastic. It will make you invincible. You hit anybody, it'll bash into them and knock them flying, and it speeds you up, which is dope. So you get this thing at like, you can get it at ridiculous. I think I've seen people getting in like 3rd place, which is just stupid. And that's another thing. Like, if you're in first place, you're generally getting bananas, green shell, rarely a mushroom, maybe a fake item. When you're pretty much anywhere in the middle, you'll get, most like maybe red shells, triple this, triple that. Maybe the odd lightning bolt, which is apparently not new. That's cool, but the lightning bolt, it just shrinks everybody. It drops all their items, and you're the only one that's not small. So everyone slows down. You can, vroom, great item for fucking people up. Like I said, if you're screen watching, you're watching someone coming up, and you're like, oh, you're dead, you're fucking bam, and they you son of a bitch, you just ruined my whole race. It's like, that's the point, dude, come on. So that's great. That's a great one. And you can steal people's, like, if you drive by and you're catching up and you see someone drop like 3 mushrooms, you could drive into them, I'm pretty sure, and steal those. Fantastic. And the boo, I don't even remember the boo being there, but it turns you invisible for a brief time? What? Is that true? I don't remember the boo being in there. Okay, well, apparently to Mario Kart Wiki, the boo is there. I don't remember that. That's definitely a way you can avoid the blue shell, if that's actually in there. Maybe they added that in there in the whatever. Oh, wait a second. Make them impervious to enemy attacks and steals an opponent's item. The fuck? Alright, well, whatever. The boo's there. We talked about it, so yeah, is there anything else that I need to discuss? I mean, the Yoshi Valley skip, I don't really care. Falling through the bridge, I mean, I've never heard of that. Critical reception overall was like a little bit, a little off. Like, there's some really weird scores. Like, GameSpot gave it a 6.4. Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, that's insane. IGN back in the day gave it like an 8 out of 10, which I think is good. Like, the thing that's the best about Mario Kart is that it's so just mechanically sound. The driving is great, the level design is great, and it's just simple, and they nailed it. It's a timeless video game. Like, you can easily, like, for me, honestly, it's my favorite Mario Kart. I played it. I don't even know if it's the one that I played the most, because Mario Kart Wii, I just wanted to be the best. I wanted to be the very best. But Mario Kart 64 is by far my favorite one. It's not the best one. No, it's Mario Kart 8. Look at that. Look at that fucking thing. It's unbelievable. It's so perfect that they can't make a new one, because what's the point? It's all right there. But Mario Kart 64 is my favorite one. That's my baby. That's my boo. But yeah, initially, like, it didn't have the greatest reception. Like, how people look back on it now is like, that's still one of the best racing games. It's still one of the best kart racers. Like, there's still a lot of kart racers that don't hold a fucking candle to Mario Kart 64, and a lot of them try to emulate being a Mario Kart, and they just can't. There's something about these games, man. Like, every time I play a different kart racer, though they may be fun, there's always like, what's missing? It's like, it's that fucking Nintendo magic, man. That little dust that they put on their games. That fucking, not fair. Not fair at all. But let me know, what was your favorite level growing up as a kid playing Mario Kart 64? Did you play it? Did you not play it? Go play it. If you have a Switch and you have the online thing, go check out Mario Kart 64. You'll have an absolute blast. If you can play it multiplayer with someone, even better. I've had so many amazing memories playing this with my homies, my freaking cousins, my uncles. Like, man, this game is so awesome. If you have kids and you're trying to introduce them to video games, like, this is a great fucking starting point. Great starting point. A kart racing game like this, super easy to get into, but there's a lot of meat on the bone if they want to get better and better. There's a lot of little mechanics in these games that you're like, oh shit, that are timeless. The drifting, the speed boost, the items, like, man, rah. It's Mario Kart 64. So hit me with your memories and your favorite this and your unfavorite that. Do you hate Banshee's Boardwalk as much as I do? I fucking hate that level. That level can go to hell. It's so bad. It's just, I hate it so much. But I do not hate Mario Kart 64, and I don't hate you, the viewer, the listener. You're awesome, in fact, and thank you so much for listening. You want to be even more awesome, though? Throw me some freaking love on Mario Kart 64. Hit me with your memories and all that great stuff. I have a YouTube channel, like I said, where I upload all of these episodes. You can go over there, drop a comment, hit me with your memories, send in questions. I'll answer them live on the podcast about video games, wrestling, hockey. Doesn't really matter, but yeah, be nice about it and all that great stuff. There's an email address as well if you just want to have a private conversation. My door is open for everybody. Of course, there is a Twitter page. I do my best to let you know what's going on. The best place to hear me to tell you what's going on is at the end of the podcast. That's usually when I try to ramble off what I'm thinking about doing with myself. I generally forget about Twitter. My apologies, but I do my best. So that is there. You can follow on Twitter. Put up some fun pictures over there sometimes. I want to start putting up more pictures of the mascots of the GX Plus Cats. Or Plus Cats. That's actually, they are the GX Plus Cats. Those are the mascots of this podcast. My 4 cats. And I should start putting up more pictures of them. Send me pictures of your cats if you have them. Dogs, pets. Doesn't matter. All pets. I love cats. No discrimination against dogs or anything. I have cats. I don't have the room for dogs. Regardless, where are we right now? Alright, so we have done the hockey cast this week, continuing on my overview of all the NHL teams in the league, going through every single one, giving you an overview, where they are, where they're going, where they could be, should be, all that stuff. So going through all the teams. I'm almost halfway through now, so doing pretty okay. Might have to start speeding them up a little bit here, but we got time. We got a lot of time before the regular season begins again, probably like 2 months away roughly now. We are getting close. It's getting closer, so there'll still be regular Hockey Cast content for you. Latest episode is already up, and well, it's got, wrestling this weekend's going to be insane. Oh, baby, we got SummerSlam, so I'm going to do the wrestling recap. At the beginning of that recap, I have my SummerSlam predictions, so Sadly, that probably won't be up until SummerSlam's already done, but it's there. It'll be there. The wrestling recap hopefully will be up by Sunday. Maybe, I don't know. Hopefully Sunday. Pushing for Sunday. Have the pay-per-view review as well for SummerSlam, an extra bonus episode for you to check out. So there we go. And one more time, everybody, thank you so much for listening. Another outstanding month for the GX Plus cast. I can't believe the consistency in the numbers right now. You're freaking fantastic. Old here, new here. Thank you so freaking much for listening to the GX Plus cast, and we'll be back with some more GX Plus cast.